The greatest power humanity has ever harnessed is not gold, nor military might, but knowledge. It is the ability to build, to heal, and to understand our place in the cosmos. Now, ask yourself, what if the sum total of human knowledge was suddenly erased? What would be the cost of that silence? The name that echoes through history is the Library of Alexandria, a symbol of intellectual loss. But its destruction was merely the first chapter in a series of global catastrophes that erased thousands of years of human progress. We are not just talking about books, we are talking about centuries of lost scientific breakthroughs, forgotten cures, and technological secrets that we have had to painstakingly rediscover. Today, we journey to two epicenters of knowledge, Alexandria and Baghdad, to witness the devastating moments when human wisdom was engulfed by flame and flood. This is the story of the lost library of God, and what 10 million books could have taught us. The Library of Alexandria, founded in the 3rd century BC, was the undisputed jewel of the Hellenistic world. It was less a single building and more a complex of learning that attracted the greatest minds of the era, from mathematicians to poets. At its peak, estimates suggest it housed hundreds of thousands of scrolls, perhaps pushing towards 500,000. It was the entire world's knowledge, collected under one roof. The genius contained within those papyrus rolls is heartbreaking to contemplate. We lost detailed works from figures like Eratosthenes, who, through meticulous observation, calculated the Earth's circumference with astonishing accuracy thousands of years ago. We lost volumes on surgical practices and medicine that were centuries ahead of their time, only to be rediscovered during the Renaissance. We lost the complete works of playwrights and philosophers, leaving huge, unfillable gaps in our understanding of the ancient Greek mind. The loss of Alexandria wasn't a single bonfire, it was a slow, agonizing process spanning centuries, fueled by war, neglect, and intellectual intolerance. But whether it was burned in one night or slowly choked out over generations, the outcome was the same: the greatest repository of Western thought vanished. This wasn't just a fire, it was a systemic loss that dimmed the light of the Mediterranean world. Fast forward 1,000 years to the 13th century, and the intellectual center of the world had shifted eastward to Baghdad. Here, the House of Wisdom, Beit al-Hikmah, founded during the Islamic Golden Age, was an engine of translation and original research, far exceeding the scale and scope of earlier efforts. This was where scholars pioneered modern algebra. The very word algebra comes from the Arabic al-jaba, and made astronomical and medical advances that formed the bedrock of early modern science. The tragedy of Baghdad was swift and brutal. In 1258, the Mongol invasion laid waste to the city. The scale of the destruction is almost incomprehensible. Legend holds that so many books from the House of Wisdom and other libraries were thrown into the Tigris River that the river ran black for days from the ink. Other accounts claim the books were used by the invaders as makeshift shields and bridge crossings over the ravaged river. This wasn't just a symbolic destruction, it was the annihilation of active, forward-looking scientific research. We lost meticulous star charts that guided navigation, medical texts based on rigorous clinical observation, and advancements in optics and engineering that could have accelerated the Renaissance by centuries. The burning of Baghdad represented the destruction of a future that the medieval world was only beginning to glimpse. The true tragedy of these lost libraries is the immense time cost. Imagine the fundamental scientific knowledge we had to struggle to reacquire. Basic anatomical knowledge, understood by Galen and others, had to be painfully pieced back together during the Dark Ages. The understanding that the Earth was spherical, a fact known and calculated in Alexandria, was questioned and debated for centuries after the scrolls disappeared. How many potential cures for diseases did we lose? How many engineering blueprints, perhaps detailing self-operating machines like those designed by Hero of Alexandria, were reduced to ash? The thousands of scrolls and texts lost in these catastrophes represent not merely history, but the potential solutions to modern problems. A forgotten papyrus could have contained the blueprint for a superior, sustainable building material, or a vaccine recipe developed through centuries of clinical trials. We may be living in a world today that is 1,000 years behind its true potential, simply because of the loss of these great libraries. These losses serve as the ultimate reminder of the fragility of civilization and the vital importance of preserving knowledge. The books may be gone, and the scrolls scattered, yet the silence they left behind is deafening. The greatest lost treasure of human history is not a vault of gold, but the boundless knowledge that was destroyed. We are left only with fragments and educated guesses. But those fragments force us to ask the most profound question: if you could save just one scroll from the flames of Alexandria or the floods of the Tigris, what single piece of knowledge would you rescue to change our modern world? Tell us in the comments what you think the most crucial lost secret is. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to uncover more mysteries sleeping beneath the ruins of history.